All right. Season 9, episode 13. I'm here with Bill. Bill, 29 years in the United States Army, Green Beret, Army Ranger, deployments to Afghanistan, Iraq, and retired as a sergeant major. Today, we're going to be discussing merging vets and players. Bill's the Texas regional manager out there. So, this is a big episode for our military community. They were amazingly just recognized by the VA, put something out about what they're doing, and then the amount of registrations and inquiries jumped up drastically. So very excited to hear what you're doing. Do you want to say hi really quick? How we doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the podcast. Always exciting when you get to talk about your work and what you're doing for veterans.
Mm-hmm. Yep, could not agree more. Could not agree more. I appreciate you coming on. Sweet. So I'm going to talk about Rust and Iron Clothing Company, like we always do, our podcast sponsor, and then our therapy statistics. So, Rust and Iron Clothing Company, it's run and operated by an active firefighter who reached out to us a while ago, and he was like, "Hey, I want to start this clothing company, and I want to donate 20% of the proceeds to the Overwatch Collective in an effort to continue you guys funding therapy for the community." So now all of their merchandise, everything, they're opening up a storefront in California. They're donating. They're almost at $2,000 in donations. So really great, good sponsor collaboration with them. So if y'all are listening to this, Rust and Iron Clothing Company, go check them out. And then secondly is our own therapy statistics. So the Overwatch Collective, we're currently at $306,143.50. That we have spent on therapy for the military and first responder community. So unfortunately, after losing friends to suicide, we were like, hey, something needs to be done. We got to talk about the stigma, the lack of mental health resources. Now we created our smooth and confidential process that 279 people have gone through. And then we've either fully covered at 100% or financially assisted 2,969 therapy sessions across the country while maintaining complete confidentiality. No military units, police departments, fire departments have found out that these people are going to therapy through us. So, just like what you said, Bill, excited to talk about what you do. It's quite an honor to be able to help out our community. So, did I miss anything on an intro that you would like to give out to the audience a little bit? Or I know that was just quick and brief, but
Yeah, no, again, honored to be here. Roughly 29 years in the service, retired in 14, and been out here trying to contribute to the community just like you and your wife do. So I appreciate you guys making time for me.
Yeah, no, of course. Like I said, work graveyard last night, work graveyard tonight, and then we're actually setting up a booth tomorrow at a golf tournament out here, and some of the proceeds are getting donated to us. So busy times, but if we weren't busy, would things be the same? I feel like if you're still in it, like you're always busy.
I think that's what keeps us going, right?
Yeah.
I think when you stop being busy is when you start getting idle hands and thoughts of other stuff. So I think staying busy is actually the proactive way to do it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've definitely been mastering that lately. Let me tell you. Bill, all right. So the main reason why we're here, obviously merging vets and players, did the quick little introduction. Obviously getting recognized by the VA is a huge accomplishment, but I want to go through a full breakdown from where it was started, why it was started, so the entire audience knows as much as possible about it prior to this episode being over. So I'm going to pass the torch off to you. Where do you want to start with it?
We'll start from the beginning. So Merging Vets and Players, MVP, started in 2015. It was founded by Jay Glazier. He's the NFL football analyst. Works with Howie Long, Jimmy Johnson. Great guy. Kind of an athlete in his own, in his own way of doing things. But he's basically breaks down statistics for the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you've seen him on TV.
Yep.
Great guy. He and Jay, I don't know why I'm trying to blank on his name, Nate Boyer, our co-founder, who's also a former Green Beret, did a bunch of deployments on the special ops side, finished up with that in roughly 2015, and then actually walked on to Texas Longhorn University. He was their long snapper for 4 years. Got drafted by the Seattle Seahawks for a very short period, but you know, his claim to fame is an NFL guy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But he and Jay Glazier got together at an event, started talking about some of the troubles with deployments, mental health, transitioning from the service back into corporate America, and decided basically to open up a gym in Los Angeles where folks could come together, veteran and professional athlete, and kind of what next after the uniform comes off. So that started, like I said, about 2015. There actually is a movie out there called Merging Vets and Players MVP. It's on Amazon Prime.
Okay.
It's a great movie. Tony Gonzalez is in it. A lot of the folks that started Merging Vets and Players back in 2015, coming out of service, AJ, just some of the folks that I'm working with now are actually characters in the movie.
Awesome.
So it's a pretty good movie to watch. So since then, we're now in, and I'm doing some math in my head, which could get ugly, 7 states. So we're in Los Angeles, we're in Las Vegas, and I'll just kind of move from east to west to east. Sorry, we got one up in Seattle, Phoenix, Dallas, Atlanta, Chicago, and then now we're starting another chapter in Virginia.
Okay.
And then we have we have a virtual chapter. So what's nice, if you join one chapter, you belong to all of them, but you can do a home base. Like my home base is Dallas Fort Worth. I was recently just out in Phoenix for my 40th reunion from high school, which was pretty interesting. It's funny how, I was actually in a high school with over 2,000 plus kids in Phoenix, Arizona. My graduating class was about 1,200.
Damn.
But we all came together last week, Friday and Saturday, and literally, I've got a name tag over here, but literally you walk in, you don't recognize anyone, but they had these name tags with your old high school photo on it. So we walked around, people just grabbing their name tags and looking at them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got sidetracked, but
No, you're good.
Yeah, it was fun. So we've got those chapters, and we're looking at different places where we can kind of maximize veterans and then professional athletes. And when we say professional athletes, college football now has kind of changed that. So you're considered a professional athlete now in college. So we look at all that. So if you wrestled, if you're playing baseball, football, basketball, I think we got a guy that fenced in high school or in college.
Okay.
So we real easy process. You go online, you submit for military a DD-214 or a VA ID card, and then for professional athletes, we take just about anything they can show us where they competed. So we in Dallas we hold a weekly session every Tuesday from 6:30 to about 9 p.m. The first hour of the session is a physical fitness aspect. It's not one size fits all, so we'll come up with different exercises, different things to do within that hour, and then you kind of work within your niche. So I still stay fairly physically fit, so I work out with about 3 different people. We have folks with missing limbs. They kind of, they fit in where they want or where they can, but it's not a one size fits all. We do that. We get a good sweat going, just feel like we accomplished something, and then we do about an hour huddle where we sit in a circle and we talk about wins and losses for the week.
Mm.
And I'll tell you, since 2014, I've held jobs from CEO of a financial education company to a director at United Way of Tarrant County. I've actually found more satisfaction in my hour workout and hour counseling session with each other, peer-to-peer support, than I have in any of those jobs.
Mm.
So, and what I tell folks now, if you can afford it, find what satisfies you internally, personally. The money will come. And if you're a retiree like I am, between retiree pay, disability pay that you might get at the VA, and then a job, kind of working in a nonprofit, it all comes together to give you a life that you can be satisfied with. But
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's about an hour drive to me to go from my home to where we do our session, but I look forward to it every week.
Yeah. Well, and that hour drive too, Bill, that may give you some time to to get yourself together, get yourself ready, excited as you're getting there, right? And then you do
Yep.
the workout, you do the peer support, and then the hour drive back may be beneficial just for you to kind of be by yourself and have some zen before you get home and you go back to the wife, you go back to the kids, you go back to the dog and the chaos. I think that's great. So, and
Well,
then
and you as a Leo understand it probably more than most of us. One of my former first sergeants from First Armored Division in Germany is actually a Dallas police officer now. We reconnected. I invited him out, and in fact, that's exactly what he does. He uses that. He's got about the same time where he drives about an hour. He said that is his opportunity to decompress.
Mhm. Mhm.
So yeah.
I've heard that a lot. I've heard that a lot. Yeah, it's a little different for me here. Um, when I was a cop back in like San Francisco, California, I had like a 20-minute drive, and sometimes I was on the police motorcycle because I'd take that home. But now, like I live in Lafayette, Louisiana, and I'm a cop here, so I live within city limits, and we take the unit home. So I literally go 10-7, I log off in my driveway. So I have zero drive. But
Your
you also
decompression comes from working out, I imagine.
what's that?
So your decompression is probably working out.
Yeah, yeah, and then honestly, hanging out with my wife.
Yeah.
Like I enjoy that. I enjoy that a lot. And I think that's an important part of it. And I think what you guys are doing with the working out and then jumping into peer support is great. I wish you guys had one closer, so I could attend and join because um, that 2 hours, how you guys structured it, where you work out for 1 hour, it builds the teamwork. You get a good sweat going, just like what you mentioned. And you're like, oh, yeah, we got a good workout and had some fun. And you always feel good after working out. You never regret it. And
Yeah.
then you jump right into, all right, let's huddle up. How are we doing? And you create a safe place for that. Like,
Yeah.
I applaud what you guys are doing. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And it is, we have what's called huddle rules, and they're very simplistic. But bottom line, we don't talk about politics or religion unless it pertains to your story.
Same as the podcast. Same as
Yeah,
here. We talk
exactly.
about
Yeah, tell us your story, not somebody else's story. Uh, but yeah, it's a fairly new organization, 2015, but they've gotten the science down of being safe in the huddle, what can be discussed, what isn't discussed. And if we can't settle that in a peer-to-peer session, we actually have a clinician on staff.
Okay.
And she's amazing. She's talked people off the edge. Uh, and we're able to open it up to family members. So she's even talked to family members.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So, do you have a clinician for every branch, like all over? Is there?
We don't. We have one clinician, but her cell phone and Teams is available for all of our clients throughout the country.
Got it. Okay. And that's a great resource, obviously, and I'm glad that you have that. And I think that's where probably we can talk offline, and maybe the Overwatch Collective can assist you guys. Because we have therapists in 48 states. We're working on the last two right now, but we have been proactively searching and vetting and contracting these therapists to ensure that they have more training than your normal therapist. I don't want to say that, but like culturally competent for our military and first responder community, not like some service member is going to go to Kaiser or Blue Shield, open up about this trauma, and then the therapist is going to cry. That veteran's going to about face and run out of the therapy session. So, especially like all the states that you have, except for you have one in Arizona, right? MVP has one in Arizona.
We
Yeah.
do.
So, and my wife's licensed in therapy in Arizona. So, definitely some collabs that we can do and probably help expand the list of clinicians that you guys have. So,
That'd be awesome.
yeah, look forward to that in the future. So, really quick, I do have a question. So you said once a week, correct? These happen once a week. And the first hour is physical fitness, and then the next hour is the huddle. Is it a 2-hour meetup and then everybody's off, or is there more after that?
So it is 2 hours planned, and what I found is we get a lot accomplished in that parking lot session. So as everyone's breaking out, afterwards, as everyone's breaking out, a lot of it does kind of spill over into the parking lot, and it really does turn into it may be throughout the huddle, a couple people talking back and forth, and then they kind of, whether they link up afterwards in a parking lot or via phone, but it's that one-on-one where they touched on something that they were familiar with, and now they're just working it back and forth. A perfect peer-to-peer support scenario.
Yeah, it really seems great, and it's one of those things, right? Like with our military community specifically, when you get out, like a lot of people struggle with the transition, right? Like you do all this work to get into the military, boot camp, your introduction to your units, all that stuff, and then like when a lot of people get out, you have all this unresolved trauma, all these stories, all this stuff that's affecting you, and you get out and you get your DD 214, and then next day you're a civilian, and you're just like, oh, I'm not waking up at 5 a.m. to go PT anymore. I'm not drinking in the barracks. I'm not doing, and it's a culture shock. So I think, and there's other nonprofits out there that are doing similar work, like in a different realm, but it's so cool. And I love hearing this where there's so many resources for our military community to continue to hang out with other military folks. Like it is so important because I think that's what makes people feel less isolated, less like nobody understands what they're going through, and ultimately, in my opinion, is reducing suicides.
I agree 100%. Our culture is a lot different than you get companies, especially large companies that are, oh, we want to hire veterans, and for good reason. Obviously, we're trustworthy, we're dependable. We'll lay down our life in most cases as needed, right? Well, I think even in my case, what I found was I was looking for corporate America. I don't think corporate America was looking for me because it was just, again, I was raised to be a guy that was very simple, black and white. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to be straightforward. And you find a lot of companies out there don't want that. I always, especially in the military, prided myself on being transparent. I caution folks that are transitioning now, corporate America isn't the military. Make sure your circle of trust stays within that very fine 3 to 5 people at the most. And for you and I, we're married, probably successfully married. I've been married 39 years.
Holy shit. Okay. Yeah. 3 months in 3 days here. 3 months in 3 days. So crushing it. You got a little bit more experience.
Well, and it all wasn't great. There's trying times, and I got lucky. I married my high school sweetheart. In fact, it was funny because my wife would have been with me at the reunion because she was the year behind me. It was kind of a combined class, but my wife and her sister are twins. Well, my best friend in high school introduced me to my girlfriend, now wife, and he married her twin. So my best friend is now my brother-in-law. So, yeah, so we joked that we got married so we could be best friends forever, right? And it just kind of worked out like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I want to see the tag that you had with your high school photo.
Let me grab it. It's right here.
Yeah, I've been thinking about it ever since you said that. Can just imagine walking around grabbing people's tags.
Yeah.
All right. Class of 85.
I was a class of 85.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's funny to even think back to Chicago Bears were Super Bowl champions. And in fact, I was on my second tour in Iraq, and Jim McMahon, the quarterback from the Bears, was actually doing a USO tour.
Oh,
so
cool.
I got to meet him and talk to him. And I was wearing a 2 ID patch because I was with 2nd Brigade, 2nd ID. And Jim McMahon said, "Hey, I got this Chicago Bears patch. Can I get a 2nd ID patch from you?" Absolutely.
Yeah.
Ripped it off, gave it to him. He said, "This is for my daughter's jacket. She puts them all on her jacket and wears them."
Very cool. I like that.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, my dad met Carrie Underwood on a USO tour, which they don't really do any of those anymore, huh? That kind of stopped.
In 14 when I was, or I'm sorry, 12, 13 when I was in Afghanistan, we had Peyton Manning, Champ Bailey, Kevin Pickler, and some others come out that were pretty incredible.
Okay. All right. Cool. Sweet.
But yeah, I think it kind of ended there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. What was I going to say? Oh, I want to circle back to merging vets and players. I apologize for the rough transition. Okay, so what's the goal now for merging vets and players? Obviously, we all want to expand, right? So, are you trying to find new locations? Do you need help starting a location in Louisiana? Because I would like to join. What's the future look like?
All right. Well, for folks that are in spots right now that don't have a brick and mortar, we do have a virtual chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually had to do it here in Dallas. We did the virtual chapter on Tuesday because our gym was being utilized. And we co-share with ATF, which is an adaptive training foundation. They work for folks that are missing limbs.
Okay.
So yeah, we have the virtual chapter. We are looking to expand. Obviously, like I told you, I was director for United Way of Tarrant County for Mission United, which is a veteran program, but got laid off from there in June of 2025 because of federal grants and everything had been cut by the Trump administration. So there's a lot of nonprofits struggling right now. We're actually one of them as well. But we are looking to expand in locations, again, that kind of bring veterans and athletes together. I know we're looking at Florida as a possible place. We're about to open another in Virginia. My favorite would be Colorado Springs, and I'll actually volunteer to go there and run it myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of locations, a lot of great places we're looking at. Tennessee's another one we're looking at. But again, it's finding funders that are out there that want to help veterans and professional athletes.
Yeah.
In any time folks hear professional athlete, they think, wow, these guys are millionaires. Well, they're young kids just like us when we joined. So the first real money that they see, just like a service member, they're out there spending it on stuff they shouldn't spend it on.
Yeah.
Whether it's a new car, a motorcycle, a house.
Mm-hmm. At
So
22.
you'll find a lot of them, they retire with nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've definitely heard that with the professional, I think athletes in general, right? Like they don't save their money. They're not putting in like savings and stocks and all that stuff and being smart with it.
Yeah.
Sweet, sweet. Yeah, we're going through the same thing as a nonprofit. Trust me, with funders and grants and everything. It's I feel like lately all these nonprofits are having such challenging times with funding. And last year we had to stop accepting new clients for therapy because we hit like our bottom. It was like 25K in our bank where we were like, we need to pause therapy, solely focus on fundraising. When we get enough money and we're able to start again, we'll start. So we took I think we took 5 or 6 months off of funding therapy for the community. And then we were able to receive some good donations and grants and all that. It was basically like pleading to people.
Yeah.
And then we were able to allot 75K to therapy for this year. So, I mean, everybody goes through it, so you're not alone there. Trust me.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for what you do. And I look forward to collaboration, however we can help each other.
Yep.
And feel free to pass our name and myself as a point of contact to any organization that thinks that we could collaborate and figure something out.
Yeah, perfect. We'll do, definitely. And that's the nice thing, right? And like the Overwatch Collective, when Jesse and I started it, like obviously Overwatch, you're in an Overwatch pause, watching out for your buddies down there so you can fucking light them up if something happens. But the collective is like, hey, this whole thing, this whole resources for the community, suicide awareness, reducing the stigma is all a team effort. It's a collective effort. So that's how we came up with the Overwatch Collective. So yeah, if there's anybody that I come across and I'm like, hey, I got to connect you to Bill or Emerging Vets and Players, have you heard of them? Go listen to season 9, episode 13. That's the nice thing about having the podcast attached to our nonprofit. Like we have both. And the whole goal of our podcast is to have resources on other nonprofits, companies, people just like yourself to be able to share all these stories so people can scroll through and see all these resources and get connected and get some help. Because our specialty is we have the smoothest and most confidential process to get connected to a legit therapist, and we fund it. But that's our niche, so people are always looking for other things as well, which I think it's good to have a variety. So where can people find Emerging Vets and Players? Give me all the platforms. How can they donate? How can they support?
We're definitely on all the social. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram. But if you go to our homepage, it's www.emergingvetsandplayers.org. Donation tabs on there. We have a tab for upcoming events. So we do same as everyone else, golf tournaments. We're doing a bunch of. In fact, we have an event coming up with the Cowboys. We're doing a rise and grind on 1 November. So just a workout in the morning with them. We're bringing in 200 veterans and athletes from across Dallas-Fort Worth area. And then we actually have 3 of our members being recognized at the Dallas Cowboys game coming up. But it's in a partnership with the Cowboys and Fanatics. They're going to recognize 3 of our veterans and just take care of them. Like they're going to bring them down to the locker room, talk to players, recognize them with some gifts, and it's just going to be a great event for them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. In the podcast notes, the show notes, and everything, I'll have link to the website and all that so people can go listen. And then obviously when this gets posted on like social media and all that stuff, hopefully it'll bring awareness to what you guys are doing, people to the website, donate, and people to social media and all that. That is obviously our goal. We want everybody that's doing great work to succeed. So I appreciate you and what you're doing, and for your service. Obviously, I'm sure it helps you as well to still be in a community with veterans and helping them out.
It's helped so much for my mental health, man. Just being with those like-minded folks and talking about, just simple things like navigating the VA
Yeah.
and lessons learned. I've been out again like 12 years, and I'm still perplexed at how complex it can be.
Yeah, it could definitely be a challenge. But that's why it's nice to have people that have gone through it to be like, hey, let me help you. Let me be here for you so you don't have to go through it alone.
Yep.
Sweet. So I think we kind of went through everything, Bill. I do have one more question for you. It's how we wrap up every single episode. Actually, the motto of the Overwatch Collective was founded season 1, episode 6 with a fellow Army soldier of yours, 11 Bravo dude. And it's one more is one less. So he lost more friends to suicide upon return stateside than actually overseas. And he was like, at the time, we were just a podcast. We had no idea what the hell we were doing. He's like, hey, if we continue this podcast and you guys get people on and you talk about all this stuff, that may be one less service member or first responder who dies by suicide. So then one more is one less stuck. And it's on the back of our challenge coins. It's on everything. So now what we do is we ask our guests what one more is one less means to them. So you're in the hot seat, but I would love to hear what one more is one less means to you.
Yeah, I love it. I wish one more could be 10 less. But that's why we do what we do. I think what's important to us is letting folks know, even when you feel like it's the end of the rope, reach out. Reach out to whether it's somebody you trust or somebody you know, somebody you think can help, but reach out to somebody. Mm-hmm. I hate to see our Leos, our first responders, our veterans taking their own life when I just feel like there are people out there that can help them. Mm-hmm. And it's getting those resources known to, it's just like navigating a VA. Yeah. Reach out to us so we can help you on that path to make it one less. But our motto at Emerging Vets and Players, it's on the back of my shirt, is we got your back. Bottom line is, call us, we got you. We can make a difference for you.
I like it. Jot that down so I can put that in the title. I like it.
Yeah, we end every session with everybody comes in, we put our arms up, and we say it 3 times. So we got your back. We got your, actually it's who's got my back, we got your back. Who's got my back, we got your back. And then the third one is, who's got my back? And they go, we got your back. And then it's 1, 2, 3 MVP.
I like it.
And then we break it out.
Awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, once again, Bill, a pleasure having you on. Thank you for your service to our great nation. Thank you for continuing to serve and helping out our community, for joining me on the podcast to be able to share everything about Emerging Vets and Players. And I look forward to obviously being able to work together in the future. Like what we said, I think there's definitely some things that we can do. And I already have some ideas that I'll come up with and jot down and get with you and see where that takes us.
That sounds good, Greg. I appreciate your time. And then anything I can help you with, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you for your service, and thanks for your continued service, especially in the protection of our civilians.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you. Thanks for the support. All righty, everybody, this wraps up season 9, episode 13 with Bill Johnson, Emerging Vets and Players. If you've enjoyed this episode, please, we're on YouTube. I'm uploading short clips, like 4 to 5 minute clips, and then the full podcast on YouTube now. It's a lot more work. It takes about an hour and a half for each podcast episode to do, to cut the clips, to write the show notes and all that. So if you're listening to this, please go subscribe to our YouTube channel. Let us know how we did. Let me know if you want to get connected to Bill. Check out Emerging Vets and Players. And that's it. Continue to take care of yourself. We got your back here.
All right. Thanks, Greg. Appreciate you, brother.
Take care.
All right. Bye.